Now, narcissistic abuse, it's pretty serious. So what actually is it? And why is it significant? Well, narcissistic abuse refers to, the narcissistic personality disorder, also known as NPD. And for those on the extreme end of the narcissistic spectrum, it's an entire, manipulative dark web that you just kind of get yourself stuck into. And what ends up happening is it leaves victims just grappling for control in these conditions. And we can get conditions like, PTSD from them, or complex PTSD, which, by the way, is traditionally used for just battle-hardened war veterans, but it can also apply to just survivors of narcissistic psychological warfare, because that's exactly what we've been going through over long periods of time. And it changes our brain chemistry, living in survival mode all the time. Trying to get through the day, trying to get through the week, trying to get through the month, even trying to get through the very minute that we're in right now. And that can be difficult for somebody who's just been traumatized and their brain chemistry has completely changed because of the tactics that were used on them. And narcissists are really hard to pin down. It's almost like trying to nail down Jello to a wall. And the reason is because they're like master illusionists. In fact, they're like, magicians almost. And worse than magicians, they're almost holograms of magicians, almost like a hologram of Houdini himself. And narcissists employ all sorts of covert and subtle methods of abuse, often in, escaping accountability, because narcissists present as almost like a Tony Stark level facade to the outside world. And trying to expose someone like Lex Luthor when they're, posing as their, masterful philanthropist is almost impossible, because they've created this other identity that so many people just kind of just thrive on and just can't seem to get that there's another side to that person. And yeah, the narcissistic persona, it's charming. But what it does is the purpose of that charming persona is to conceal, the cruelty and the manipulation of their real core nature. And they're very selective on the targets that they choose. And if you're one of the people that have been targeted, there's a reason for that. And a lot of it is because they actually see you as somebody who's emotionally stronger or more stable and just emotionally aware. And these are all tactics that they don't have. And in order to justify their existence, crushing you becomes their ability to prove that those things aren't necessary in life. And yet they are, because they become vital in even our healing process. Like, are you following me so far? I hope you are, because if you are, I ask to just, like, share, comment. Tell me exactly what's coming up for you as you're watching this. Is this something that you're experiencing?